Hello. Greetings. I'm not real. That would be a surprise to me. Do you have any evidence to support that assertion? Okay, anyone else joining us? One spot remains available. Yep, sure. Alright, I'll open the queue and we'll get started. Now, where am I? 271 hours out of 300. 221 out of 250. So yeah, 29 hours to go. Getting close. Yeah, I'll join voice. Give me a moment.
There we go. It's a tough job, man. Crazy stuff.
So how close are you to actually getting it maximum? Hello, Walrus.
Attackers incoming.
So, it could only be a week until schools close, Walrus.
My schools are already closed.
Because a week ago, France was at the same amount of infections we are right now in the UK. And they just closed their schools yesterday. So, we could only be a week away from that happening here, too.
Oh, Clapsy, where are you from, man? Where are you from, man?
Me?
Oh, I was just asking Clapsy, because, you know...
He's from Germany. Germany right now has more infections than France, over 5,000, so...
Yeah, I mean, we have, like, only 100 and something in Finland, but we, at least, like, in the city where I go to school, the schools are closed.
I know, if you're a kid, you're fairly safe. If you get it, you should be fine. Sure, there are some cases where you're not fine, but the younger you are, the better chance you have of getting away with it.
Yeah. I do have infection as well, so that's about it. My death if I got the coronavirus.
I've had a bit of a sore throat today, but I don't think that's related, because that's not one of the major symptoms.
I've got a cold, but the symptoms more imitate the flu than the cold, so I should be alright.
Yeah, I mean, the main symptom in like 98-99% of cases is a fever. the next most common symptom is a dry cough. Now, that's still a 6 out of 10 chance of getting a dry cough with it, so you may not even get that. But if you get a fever, that's that could be coronavirus.
Well,
Bye me.
even if you have the coronavirus, it's not that likely that it'll die anyway.
No, I know that. I'm not freaking out or anything. I'll most likely my immune system will possibly get rid of it itself.
Oh, yeah.
How young I am.
I hear that our government's going to be releasing a plan for over 70s. So probably their advice will be, if you're over 70, don't go outside. Stay home.
Seems about right. What they're gonna do.
Probably what the advice is going to be, alright? Stay home, don't go out.
I was playing DPS in comp yesterday, and oh my god, it's a terrible experience.
You're just finding this out now?
Well,
Okay,
I'm
Walrus.
pretty much a mercy one trick, like, when it comes to... I mean, I do play Moira Lucio and... Moira Lucio, D.Va and Brigitte on sometimes, but I don't play DPS. Like, I get 4 picks in one fight and we lose the fight.
Ouch.
That's like my authentic DPS comp experience, just... And then some McCree steals my play of the game by pressing Q very skillfully. And the thing is, it's like my DPS is like 4 class, right? So
Hey, you're doing better than me, mate.
where's your DPS?
Bronze.
Well, what rank are you in support?
If I had to guess,
Silver.
if I had to
like
guess,
diamond.
schools will probably close either sometime this coming week or at the beginning of next week. That would be my
There
guess,
you go, Clancy. I'm sorry for doing that to you.
based on the current trends around the world. Schools have already closed in Ireland, I believe. That's not too far away, is it? So it really depends how conservative the government wants to be. And considering they are literally called the Conservative Party... We'll just have to see. Wait and see. Brigitte.
I was meant to go 3300 on support today, but I don't know if I can do that. I'm barely, like, I'm not even at 3200 yet. I'm like 3190.
Eh, close enough. Aww.
That's unfortunate, boys.
Same color scheme. What? Is that a coinky dink, or did you change your colors to match mine?
Play of the game.
Am I the only one who literally uses the colors to like actually play better?
It is indeed.
What
a
color
coinky
is
dink.
your crosshair?
Depends on hero.
What's your average?
Very like light green, then I guess, because it's mostly white and green crosshairs.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have black.
Once you go black, you like it. That's the saying,
I
right?
had a problem with black crosshairs that like they blend in with certain like backgrounds.
The thing is, though, you can have the crosshair one color and then the outline a different color to then offset the difference. So whatever
Some
works.
monitors have a crosshair by default, like some gaming monitors. You can like turn it on, and that's what really
that's
disturbs
cheating.
me. No, that really disturbs me. Like, who would do that over using
On some games,
crosshair?
that's literally cheating because they don't give you a crosshair deliberately, and then you can just turn it on your monitor, and they can't even stop you doing that. So.
Oh yeah.
You want to invite G? Okay. You want to see a nice play of the game I got last night? I haven't saved it yet. Should probably be queued, but oh well.
That meant an advertisement.
All systems.
Nice team kill. So I'll save that when I get a chance. It's a nice one. So it looks like no one's there, and then it blows up and 5 people die. Nice.
There are two types of D.Va play of the games. The one where you don't let go of left click, and then the ones where you press Q.
The thing is, Wakes, they didn't do that because they're working on Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 2 is going to come with the story mode, which is like tons of archive missions all in a string, right? It's a full storyline campaign, so it's archives missions on steroids. So don't worry, they're going to make up for it big time.
I still haven't gotten a single one of the new skins out of loot boxes.
I'm only missing the Pharaoh one. Earlier this morning, I got Junkrat and Roadhog in the same box. So that was nice.
I hate you.
It was the Australian box, right?
This is where
That's
we
why
have
I
to
hate you.
we have to consider the fact that Dave plays like twice as much Overwatch as we play combined.
No.
All systems
No,
operating.
you're
Don't play this game that
underestimating it.
Ready for combat.
Yeah, I guess. I might be. But I've been playing quite a bit of Overwatch recently, so
Yeah. Alright.
What do you think is the least chosen color from the colorblind options?
Well, there's some colours that aren't even on there, so they're not chosen very often.
Yes, but from the options that are given.
It'll be interesting to know.
yeah. Personally, I'm just used to like deep blue. I think it's from Aqua, and then yellow for enemies.
Yeah, you're right, Anna. I'm always tired, so it's not even worth mentioning at this point.
Yeah, everybody's been used to that. Dave was always tired.
다시 한판 해보자고.
I
That's
have
what
a
you get for
weird
playing
one.
Overwatch too much.
I have red,
Hey there, Artie.
which is normally the enemy team. But it looks nice.
The brownish one. The thing is, brown is just dark orange. We just call it brown.
Just don't, Dave. Please don't do that again.
What?
My APM.
My brain hurts. Brown, dark orange.
Brown is dark orange.
Help. My brain broke.
You can do serious brain breakage if you look at it in a certain light, it looks dark orange, and then you change the light and it looks brown, but it's the exact same color.
There's a Reaper flanking.
Pogo stick champion.
Did your cousin have anything substantial to say?
Hello.
Ulrus?
I'm not a good loser.
Objective.
Oh, it looks like we're changing team colors
New defense point. Objective B.
Oh boy.
to yellow and yellow. Alright.
Okay, good luck, Dave.
The beautiful color of urine.
Yes, everyone loves pea color. Piss. Piss colored teams.
I was considering playing D.Va and then I remembered.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
10 out of 10.
Do that! Okay. So it wasn't exciting news then. Yes. What I think is rather interesting is the color you're seeing is not the actual color, it's all the other colors.
Oh yeah. It absorbs that color.
Because it absorbs the color you're seeing, but that's not the color that it is, right? So if something looks red, that's not red. Why? Because it's absorbing that color, right? Is that right? Or is it the opposite? Is red the only one it reflects and absorbs
Look,
the other ones?
I knew all of this before, but I didn't want to hear about it again.
I forget.
I'll forget it in like a few weeks.
That is fine. It's fine. Yeah. Every person sees colour slightly differently as well. You know, if someone had their red and blue cones switched, like since they were born, they wouldn't even know. They'd look at red and see blue, but they'd call it red because that's what they've been taught.
David, I would like to sleep tonight.
No, you don't get that around here.
So where does that colour go? That gets absorbed.
David,
Hello.
what's your favorite food?
Yes.
Go into detail about your favorite food.
Talking about colour right now. I'm trying to change the subject.
I am trying to change the subject. How
The
can
thing
you
is,
tell?
as you may know, energy does not get created or destroyed, and neither does matter. So the color energy that hits the object that gets absorbed, what does that mean exactly? Where does it go? It doesn't just disappear. What happens to it?
This will be my last game. I'm not kind of interested in having an existential crisis while playing Overwatch.
Defeat.
So I'm gonna take my experience and I'm gonna leave. I'll see ya.
Okay.
Play of the game.
Wow. Oh yeah. So the atoms that make you up existed at the beginning of the universe, and since the beginning of the universe, and will exist long after you no longer exist in your current form.
That is not true, because the fact that
Impeccable.
elements have fused together in the course of stars, and the exact elements that make you up.
I'm talking about the atoms, not the molecules.
No.
So all the protons and the neutrons existed since the beginning of the universe. They've just
You are
changed
right,
their
but it doesn't
configurations over time.
I think I'm gonna take Max's advice. Bye.
So everyone in the universe is 13.8 billion years old. It's when you start counting, right, that it's usually people start counting when they pop out of their mother's womb. That's when they count their age. But in fact, everyone's just the same age. They've just formed into a human at different stages. Yeah, no problem. Everyone's leaving. They can't take the they can't take the facts. The brain exercise. Yeah, exactly. You can't die if you're never born. Let's have a look. Oh wow, that's got over 500,000 signatures. Parliament considers all petitions that get more than 100,000 signatures for a debate. So in 8 days they'll debate it, but I think they may decide to do it before then anyway. Based on the accelerated rate of spread that we're seeing. Currently, the number of confirmed cases in the UK is 1,140. At this time last week, France was at that level, and now it's at 4,499. And they've closed all schools. So, it's likely before they even get around to debating it, they may do it. But if they don't, then they'll be debating around the right time
Now entering.
to do what France did.
Attack. Select your hero.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly reasonable for parents to make their own decisions as to whether they want to continue sending their kids to school in this case. I don't see anyone being prosecuted for keeping their kids home from school in this scenario. So, although you're technically breaking the law,
I play to win.
by refusing to send your kids to school in these circumstances, I don't think they'd prosecute. Oh yeah.
Attack commences.
In the UK, they're only testing people who have severe symptoms. They're not testing mild cases. So it's likely that the number of actual cases in the UK is above 10,000 right now. And that's probably the case in most countries, where most of the cases are going under the radar, because it's simply not worth testing everyone.
Get through this.
Mild cases don't need to be worried about, right? If someone has a severe case, it's worth knowing what their problem is. But if they just have a mild case, it's best they just stay home, so they don't risk spreading it further. Germany is pretty badly hit right now. They've got more cases than France, so it doesn't surprise me that they've done that. How's Canada doing? 252. Pretty good. They're likely to end up getting pretty bad, I would have thought. 252 cases is about where we were a week ago. So it looks like Canada's about a week behind the UK, and UK's about a week behind France. So it looks like a 5 times multiplier each week. Based on those 3 countries, right? So each week there's about 5 times as many cases as the previous week. So at that rate, if that trend continues for Italy, there's 60 million people in Italy. Let's see how long it'll take for Italy to be completely saturated with cases. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. That's all it'll take. Just over a month. If that continues, in just over a month, everyone in Italy will have had it or have it. Even with the lockdown, if the times 5 multiplier continues for Italy in 5 weeks, everyone in Italy will have it. But it's likely to be slower than that because of the drastic measures Italy has taken to contain the virus. So it may take double that. The thing is with Corona, it's very difficult to contain. All you can really do is slow it down. So Italy has done everything it can to slow it down, by the looks of it, but they can't stop it entirely. Oh yeah.
Suiting up.
There is a small number of cases which are completely asymptomatic. So they're people walking around with 0 symptoms while still being able to infect everyone they can. The thing is with the virus is that it spread via infected bits of water and saliva and stuff like that, right? So if someone coughs or sneezes, all those little bits of water and other liquids that come out of them can be infected with the virus. The range of that is about 6 feet. So if someone coughs or sneezes within 6 feet of you and they're infected, you're at risk of getting it. The virus itself can exist on surfaces for about 2 to 3 days. So if someone's coughed or sneezed on a surface and you touch that surface and then touch your face, if they've done that within the last 2 or 3 days, you could catch it too. So be very careful what you touch when you're out and about. And if you touch any surface you're not sure of, don't touch your face. Wash your hands. Sweden. Have a look. Sweden has 1,024 cases right now. They're around the same number of cases as the UK. Oh yeah. In moist conditions, it can survive for up to 9 days, yes. So in public bathrooms are probably the worst place you want to go. Because public bathrooms are usually quite moist. And the virus can survive in stool as well, in poop. And when someone poops in the toilet, public bathrooms generally don't have lids for their toilets. So when you flush the toilet, all that stuff in the toilet, some of it gets vaporized and spread around in the air. So you really don't want to visit public bathrooms if it can be avoided. They've closed schools in Ohio. Okay. Wow. Yeah, the virus can exist in vapor form for up to 3 hours, suspended in the air, but generally that doesn't happen in non-lab conditions. Yeah. I really don't think that schools will remain open for much longer in the UK. They should already be closed. Because although the kids won't be at a huge risk, their parents would be a much higher risk. So it's best not to let the kids spread the disease around among their parents and other relatives. Yeah. Swimming pools are usually warm and moist, and you really don't want that. However, the good thing about swimming pools is they usually saturate them with chlorine. And chlorine is something that would definitely kill the virus in it, I think, right? Because that's what it's meant to do. The chlorine is meant to sterilize the water, basically, to keep it safe. What's up, Molsha? Chat to the left. Chat to the left. Ah, Molsha started playing Overwatch. Wow. That's strange. Yeah, you really want to avoid public bathrooms. Not smart. If possible, make sure that any bathroom you use is a bathroom where you know everyone that's used it. And if possible, don't share a bathroom with anyone. But that's not possible for a lot of people.
짜증나.
Whoa. Oh yeah. The people who enjoy being hermits will likely be safer than the ones who won't.
이건 사기야.
I know in the UK, most delivery companies and stuff like that have already implemented policies to avoid contact. The food delivery service Deliveroo has made a option in their delivery service for non-contact delivery, and I tried that out today. I asked them to just leave the food in the front porch, and then I collected it in like 5 minutes after they delivered it. So went pretty well. And our government-run delivery service, Royal Mail, and they've already implemented a non-contact policy as well. They'll just put the parcel by the door, take a few steps, knock on the door, take a few steps back, and if they do need to interact with the person, they can do so remotely. I suppose if they need a signature, they can leave something for them to sign, and then once they've gone back inside, they can then collect it. I think that's how they do that part. Oh no, don't put a wall there. Aw. Ooh.
Play of the game.
America now has over 3,000 infections. Wow. Oh wow, total cases per million pop. Italy is the winner there. Switzerland is the second highest. Norway, Iran, Spain, South Korea, Denmark, Bahrain, Qatar, Slovenia, Estonia, Sweden. Sweden has more infections per million than the UK does right now. The UK has 16 per million, 16.8 infections per million. Sweden has 101.4 per million. So Sweden is actually significantly more infected in terms of percentage than the UK right now. Oh. Oh, you want an invite, do you, Marsha? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I was distracted. Anyone else? Clapsy? Ivan? Are you online right now? Oh, the Torbjorn one? Okay. Cool. That's a 6 stack. I see. So France is at 68.9 per million right now, while the UK is only at 16.8. It's not selecting a role. What? You're not playing after all? DPS got taken. Oh man. Do you want to let Ivan get DPS? Someone? G or Clapsy? Because you'll let him? Okay. We can do that then. Sweet. That's the real story. Interestingly, China is at 56.2 infections per million. So the number of Chinese cases is actually not even in top 10 in terms of percentage. 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18th. It's 18th most infected in terms of percentage.
Traveling to Nepal. Prepare for battle. Select your
So, yeah. Interesting. It's likely that the number of actual cases in China is much higher than they're reporting now. The Chinese government are likely suppressing the real figures deliberately because they don't want to admit full responsibility. Of course, it's not their fault, really, in reality, because they didn't deliberately start this thing. But that being said, they could have done a better job in containing it when it first broke out. And the fact that they haven't has caused a global pandemic of epic proportion. Because in the beginning, the fact of the matter is, in the beginning of this outbreak, China was suppressing the truth very fervently. They didn't want anyone to know that this was going on. And if they'd been open and honest about this whole thing, it's possible they could have contained it before it got out of control. So,
Fully operational.
I guess we'll never know. Whether if they behaved rationally, sensibly, and morally, whether they could have prevented a whole lot of deaths. And the death toll is now, according to the official numbers, 6,069. So yeah, that's creeping up.
Fully operational.
Ooh. I saw a text from a doctor who's involved in treating patients of this virus. And he said that one of the people he's been treating was someone in their 30s with no prior health conditions, no history of any kind of health problems, currently in critical condition. Ended up with a very severe case of it, with no previous signs that he'd have any problem fighting this thing off. So no matter how healthy you think you are, there's still a chance that this thing could kill you. which is pretty scary. Blech. I'd consider myself a pretty healthy guy, but I'm under no illusions that I have no chance of dying from this thing. It could happen. It really could. And it would be the ultimate irony if this thing ended up getting me before I completed my quick play. My quick play stuff. I'm so close to getting it done. If I ended up getting it, say, today, for example, it could put me out of action to such an extent I never finish, even though I'm only a few days away from being done.
I'm back in the fight.
So let's hope that doesn't happen, because I'd like to get my quick play stuff done after working all this time for it.
All systems operational. D.Va, ready for combat.
Hey Gandalf.
Hello. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Now that being said, I probably will be fine if I get it, but there's always a chance that I won't be, and that's worth considering.
The objective is now active.
Enemy turret down. This will help.
The way I'm going to handle it, though, is I'm not going to go out of my way to avoid every possible case of getting it. If I get it, I get it, and that's fair enough. If I avoid getting it through one way or another, then that's fine too. I'm not going to make my life more awkward just to avoid getting it, because it's likely whatever I do that I'll probably end up getting it anyway. So there's really no point, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, in going out of your way to make life awkward for yourself just to avoid getting it. Sure, should you follow the general advice they're giving out? Yeah. So if they advise you not to go out in public, try to avoid it. If they close all schools and all public places, try to avoid that stuff. But to go to extreme measures just to keep yourself healthy and safe, it's just not worth it. Yeah. The important thing is not to panic, but take reasonable precautions. As long as it doesn't inconvenience you too much, you know? Because you don't want to make yourself miserable just to keep yourself healthy, because there's a good chance that even if you're super cautious, you'll still get infected. So you've just made yourself stressed and panicked for nothing. So that's not worth it. It's really not. But there are plenty of things you can do that are easy to do, that don't involve a huge amount of effort, that can keep you a lot safer. Like avoiding going out in public wherever possible. So instead of going out clubbing, just stay home. You save money and you could potentially save your own life. Why go out clubbing when you can just stay home and play video games, you know? Just sit home and play video games. Avoid going out in public. You never know who's infected.
Setting out the welcome mat.
Play of the game.
It's disgusting how many people are exploiting this for personal gain as well. I've heard several stories of people hoarding hand sanitizer and all this kind of stuff just to sell it for stupidly high rates online. I mean, what are you doing? Really? Honestly. It's disgusting. They're making tens of thousands just by price gouging high demand items. Luckily, sites like Amazon and eBay are stepping in to shut these people down. They're closing any people's stores that are trying to do this. I read a story of a guy that's managed to stockpile 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. And he said, "Oh, I'm doing a public service."
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
No. You're not. Jeez. It's just greed. It's just pure greed.
I play to win.
I was wondering if you'd say something.
Oh, after this match is over. Right now, it's time to get serious.
It's time to get serious. Face masks don't protect you, they protect other people. Face masks are primarily designed for doctors and surgeons to stop their breath, their exhalations from potentially infecting other people, right? So if you are infected personally, it would help prevent your coughing and spluttering from potentially infecting others. However, they're not foolproof, and they will not ultimately protect you in the grand scheme of things. All they do is help mitigate the problem. They cannot solve it, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, you still have to breathe, and that air has to come from somewhere. If that air is infected, it's likely to still infect you through the mask. It's just less likely. It could still happen. Sure, is it an improvement? Yeah, but is it foolproof? No, not by any means. It's definitely not worth forking out huge amounts of money for. You're better off just not going out in public, if you're really concerned. These days you can afford to do so. In terms of making sure you're continually supplied with the things you need, you just order stuff online. Easy. As long as you got the funds to do it. Some people don't. Some people just can't afford to stay home. They have to work because they need the money. They're living as close to the line as possible in terms of finances. They need every little bit of money they can get, and they just can't afford to stay home. And it's those people that are most at risk of spreading the thing around. Because even though they're told they have to stay home, they just can't afford to. They have no choice. Oh jeez. Gonna play a different game after this one. Okay. I'm concerned myself as to what will happen to my income once the restaurants close. Because I won't have a restaurant to clean, because they'll be closed. there'll be no point cleaning it, and there'll be no guests to make a mess that I have to clean up. So, I don't know what they're planning to do about that, whether they're going to give us holiday pay while the restaurants are closed or what. I'll have to talk to my manager about that. Yeah.
D.Va re-engaging. Weapon systems overloaded.
30 seconds remaining.
Alert for this.
Have a boom boom. Oh, it did nothing. Luckily, I'm in a situation where I can reduce my bills substantially if I need to, and have enough money to survive for a while. So my major bill right now is my rent to my mother, and she'd be more than willing to waive that for the duration that I'm out of work because of this coronavirus situation. Her job is a necessary job. She can't not do it, so her income is stable, whether the virus is rampaging or not. Because she works in an old folks' home, and you can't just close the home because where are they going to go? So she has to continue working there, continue cleaning. She cleans there too. So yeah, I may have to just waive her rent for the duration if I don't have an income, because I can't afford to continue doing it. So we'll see. We'll see. The bills that I do pay, apart from that, can be covered mostly by my Twitch income. All the help that you chaps give me is gonna help me keep me afloat during these rough times. With any luck.
다시 한판 해보자고.
Of course, if my workplace does get shut down because of this, I will let you all know. I'll be available more in the mornings until this whole thing blows over. My income will go down a lot though, so that's going to be rough. I don't know. I don't know if the thing is, Walrus, is I did do 9 hours a day, 7 days a week at one point, but I decided that was too much. I will be available more in the mornings, but I don't know if I'd fill those mornings with streams or not. Depends how I feel about it. So you're mostly okay from your work, I suppose, Sati. That's good.
30 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll work like that for me, Walrus, though. 'Cause the income I get from streaming isn't a huge amount. It's unlike some streamers, I don't make huge amounts of money for every minute I stream, right? Because some popular streamers will make money just constantly from when they push the start streaming button to when they push it again to stop. Just a constant stream of income. But for smaller streamers like me, it doesn't really work like that. Some streams, from beginning to end, I get 0. So are you staying or not, Clepsy? Okay, bye. Yeah. It's a rough time to be sure for a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't get any benefits for it. It doesn't affect me enough to get benefits. No, I don't play competitive. Does she blink at all? Doesn't look like she's blinking at all. If I lose my job, will I get him? The thing is, I won't be losing my job, technically. The job will just be closed, so I won't be able to work it. I'll still be employed there, it's just I won't have any work to get paid to do. Right?
Welcome to Oasis.
So it's a,
Prepare for battle.
it's rather an interesting situation in that respect. I'll be employed, but I won't have any income from that job. Unless they decide they want to compensate the workers for the whole situation. It depends how the government want to do it. It's possible they might give lower income workers some kind of income supplement during the crisis, which people may have to apply for. I don't know. We'll have to find out, see what happens. But it's certainly possible the government may be able to provide people, low-income people, with supplementary income if their workplaces are closed. And if that's the case, I'll make sure to apply for that as soon as I can, if I need to. Because I am below the personal tax threshold, which means I don't pay any tax. Because my income isn't high enough, which means I am a low-income individual. So it'll be interesting to see if the British government do anything to help those people. Yeah, so my Twitch income is monthly and not a huge amount. But nevertheless, it does still help. In fact, Twitch did pay me yesterday, I think, for the month of February. I don't think I ever got my payment for January, unless it was in February's and it was so small, or the 2 months together were so small it looks like a one payment instead of 2. I don't know. But yeah, my income has gone down quite a bit recently on for Twitch as well. It's not ideal. But I'll manage somehow. I've always found a way. No, Walrus. No.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
What?
وريهم قوتك. Огонь по готовности.
Well, that's an interesting Twitch name, considering the conversation.
Best round.
Experience tranquility.
Score 0-1.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now show them.
Oh, thanks for the follow. Thank you. Ah, thanks for the follow, Big Willie Dave 999.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Hi.
Winky face. Wouldn't it be Big Willie Dave 69? 69? Wouldn't that be better? Come on now.
D.Va re-engaging. Huh?
Nice. I'm quite surprised how many people have ended up subscribing to me on YouTube. Got over 8,000 subscribers now. And all I do is upload my streams pretty much. It's like pretty low effort content and it's got 8,000 subs. It's nice. That being said, my XP guide has a lot of views and I did put a lot of effort into that, so. No, I don't put ads on my YouTube.
I'm back in the fight.
وريهم قوتك.
I don't wanna. And the amount of money I'd make from it, even if I did monetize every single video, would be so small it's not worth the inconvenience for the viewers. So. It'd be something tiny like maybe £5 to £10 a month or something. At most.
Press start to
And
continue.
I have no idea what kind of threshold Google has for paying out money from YouTube. So it could take an entire year to accumulate enough money from that to actually get any money from it whatsoever.
Огонь по готовности.
How do I tell the difference? Well, the enemies have big outlines around them when I can see them. So I can just look for the outlines, and that's good enough. It's still quite confusing though.
Play at the game.
Doesn't work very well.
Turning up the heat.
Ooh. young child. Oh. Some countries are seeing massive increases in numbers of infections in a single day. Currently in Switzerland, 842 out of 2,200 cases were just in the today. Just today. That's like 40% of their infections just today. So, oof. Oh, dear me. Ooh. Wow. You don't want to be a healer. You want to swap out for something else.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
So let's do it. It's currency, don't worry about it. Nice loot box, thanks Blizzard. Lieutenant Wilhelm. Okay, cool. Okay. Yes. This event is great. Look at the great loot I got from this loot box. Amazing. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Ooh. Alright. Let's queue up. So yeah, I got wait, that's the wrong skin. Oh, I didn't equip him. Oh, I didn't equip him.
Don't be scared.
Get back.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Say it.
Hello.
Her gun's a lot more chunky than normal ones, isn't it?
Lights out. Get me. Justice delivered. Double kill.
Just ice delivered. Hey, Dreas. Yeah, this gun is pretty cool. Do like it. It's quite a chunky boy. Have a taste of this. It's delicious.
Let the dragon consume you.
Let the dragon eat your face. Yep. Your whole face and nothing but your face.
Rocket
Ooh,
barrage
gold border.
incoming.
Nice. Wow. Click, splash, click.
This will only hurt for a minute.
Easy. Do 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 do.
The dragon hungers.
Alright, and let's see if we can just hit it from here. Ooh.
The pain. Boop, age and beauty. I have you on both.
You're powered up. Get in there.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Nice. Thanks for that follow, Baker Bat. Greetings.
Double hands off.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even jump. I pressed the button, but it was too late. Still screaming. Indeed. Oh, I didn't level up.
Traveling to Dorado.
Long queue is long.
Select
It didn't even work. How rude.
level up.
There we go. Perfect. Good. Well, I am now officially high enough level to be on the 19th border. The 19th. But I'm only on the 5th because rude.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Allow me to be the final hero. 19th border, but only the 5th border.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Blizzard are now 14 borders behind.
Escort the payload.
Wow. They're gonna have to dedicate all their development time to new borders instead of Overwatch 2 if they want to catch up. Jeez. Even Jeff will have to draw a few, you know? Maybe I should have asked Jeff to draw me a border when I met him at BlizzCon. Handed him a pen and a piece of paper and asked him to draw me one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Or ejecting. Pow. Ooh. You know.
I'm not a good loser.
Ooh.
Reaching up.
Oh, nice on Malship. Squished him right up against that wall. It's hard for me to know what's going on because everyone's yellow. Everyone's piss coloured. In a way, I suppose it is more difficult for me to type in QWERTY because I'm used to Dvorak so much. But that being said, my typing skills in QWERTY are still better than people who aren't very good at typing, you know. They're still better than anyone else trying to type in Dvorak. So, because I did for maybe 20 years type in QWERTY, so it really doesn't take me a huge amount of time to type something. If I do want to use QWERTY. So for example, if I want to type the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog in QWERTY, I can do it. Like that, but it's not coming out in QWERTY because I had Dvorak on still, so if you translated it, it would come out the same way. It's hard for me to see the letters on my keyboard though because I haven't got proper lighting on there because I've configured it to do a ripple effect. So if I changed that to just always on, and then like a light, let's see, red. Oh, it changed it. So if I want bright red, yeah, there we go. Maybe I want pink because D.Va. Pink. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So let's do that. Now go away, GeForce Experience. I don't want you right now. So why is it still not? Okay. Bit of a typo there. But yeah, it's not too difficult for me to do it in QWERTY. I just have to stare at the keyboard. That was the problem from the beginning. I didn't want to have to do that. Well, I've played every character It's not that I actively play every character though. So one trick them one at a time. And D.Va is my current one. 28 hours remaining. And then I've done them all. It's 250. So that's nice. Yeah, only aviator and cat. It's not giving me the emote yet. Disappointed! Oh yeah, you're right. I should equip the skins. There we go. Done. Good. Then we're going to see Dave on Run Escape. No, I don't want to play Run Escape. Yeah, Italy's getting hit real bad. Real bad. They're super high in cases. They're the highest in cases outside of China, and they're the highest in cases overall in percentage terms. So, yeah, they're getting screwed real bad.
I play to win.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
No one's beating my high scores.
Idiots on the mainstream media in America are telling people, oh yeah, if you're healthy, your family's healthy, yeah, don't worry about it, just go outside and have fun. Don't inconvenience yourself.
5, 4, 3.
They're gonna get people killed by giving out stupid advice like that. Because even if you are fit and healthy, you are still at risk of dying from this thing. No one's safe. Sure, if you're fit and healthy and you're young, you're less at chance of dying, but the chance is still not zero. It's still significantly worth worrying about and taking precautions. You don't want to just take unnecessary risks. It's not worth it. It can do permanent damage to your lungs. Some people who survive still have to have lung transplants, and as a result be on anti-rejection drugs their entire life, which is an immunosuppressant drug, right? Anti-rejection drugs suppress your immune system, which makes it much easier for you to get sick from anything else throughout your entire rest of your life. You do not want to risk getting this thing if it can be avoided. Sure, some people will get away with a pretty mild case, which will make them sick for a little bit, but that's about it. Some people will have permanent side effects, and some people will die. You don't want to be giving out any kind of advice that would make people think this threat is not serious, because it is. And the idiots in the mainstream media in America are giving out stupid advice that will get people killed. And that's not okay. Excuse me, Junkrat, you're alive. Let me fix that for you. Ow!
I'm not a good loser.
Twitch guy helped you fix your PC crashing. It was because you still had old drivers that weren't removed. Oh, nice. In the grand scheme of things, the virus doesn't care whether you take it seriously or not. It'll do you harm regardless of how you treat it. And so you should always treat it with the severity it deserves. Minimize your risk wherever you can.
Heroes never die.
Commence attack on objective B.
COVID-19. COVID-19 can permanently scar your lungs to the point where you need transplant. In some cases it's done that. With people who actually survive, their lungs can be permanently damaged. So, yeah, don't take this thing lightly. The vast majority of people will get away with a mild case and they'll be fine. No permanent damage, but some people will be affected for the rest of their life if they end up surviving. So that's it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough for a lot of people. Yeah, there are some people who are much more at risk of suffering serious side effects. So diabetics are more at risk of serious conditions, serious cases, and a lot of other pre-existing conditions can make you much more susceptible to serious cases of the virus. Yeah. Since it's a respiratory virus, anyone with pre-existing respiratory conditions is under much higher risk of serious complications. So yeah, your aunt may be pretty screwed, and that's unfortunate. So it's imperative she must take every single possible precaution she can to make sure she doesn't get it. If it's possible, she should self-isolate immediately until this whole thing is blown over. And it's not an easy thing to do. So you need to be prepared for that sort of thing. Be able to do it effectively. She hasn't left her house. Good. Good. It would be. It's possible she could get it and get a very mild case and be fine, but it's not worth the risk. Was she a heavy smoker in her youth?
I'm on the objective.
Or
Come join me.
some other reason? I know.
Take the objective.
COPD. Yeah. Thought it might be that. That's what Leonard Nimoy died of. He ended up with COPD. And it ended up killing him, I believe. That's the guy who played Spock in Star Trek.
Play of the game.
Unfortunate.
Quadruple kill.
Alright, see you later, Artie.
I'm going to win. Winky beef. Ash.
Hanzo, at your service.
Oof. Total number of cases worldwide, excluding China, has now exceeded China itself. No. The number of cases in China is now less than 50% of all the cases in the world. But only just. So the number of cases outside of China is 81,000 and something. And the number of cases inside of China is 80,000 and something. So the COVID-19 compared to other coronaviruses in the past, COVID-19's mortality rate is usually between 2 and 3.5%. That's what's been reported. For SARS, the previous coronavirus outbreak, that was 9.6%, and for MERS, which was another coronavirus, that was 34%. So COVID-19 is actually the least lethal out of all the coronavirus outbreaks, apart from swine flu. I don't think swine flu was a coronavirus though. But swine flu was 0.02%, so really not a problem at all. So it's at least 100 times more deadly than swine flu. Alright, Malsha. See ya. Okay. Okay.
Now arriving at Lijiang
Stop
Tower.
that one.
Prepare for battle.
This.
Select
Okay, yeah. So.
I'm going to win.
Yeah, I can invite you if you wish.
All systems operational. D.Va, ready for combat.
So the following conditions put you at much higher risk of serious complications due to COVID-19. Cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, hypertension, and cancer.
Brain is already broken in the first place from earlier today.
But if you have cancer, you got bigger things to worry about, really. Because cancer's pretty bad by itself. So yeah, you'd be doubly screwed if you had cancer and you got COVID-19 as well. That'd be a big oof.
I went and climbed a little bit and then I took an elf stylosa. Goddamn stylosa.
Oh no, that's friendly. That's not.
Sometimes I wonder what she's doing in Platts.
Failing just enough to stay in plat. That's generally how it works. Hello.
He's like mechanically better than most of the high diamond players I play with.
Yeah, he is good at what he does, but not good enough to get up high. For some reason. There's a few things that are holding him back, and it's up to him to find out what they are if he wants to.
I guess it's just like low actions per minute from what I'm watching here. Standing still. For you.
Ow.
Oh, well, forget that then.
D.Va re-engaging.
My ultimate is charging. Widowmaker here.
was a mistake, Dave. You are going to die.
Yeah, but everyone dies. Whee!
I guess you're gonna use your get out of jail for free card.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh no, I didn't get out the window. Oh no, I'm okay, I'm dead.
Meteor strike.
I'm not a good
Okay, so 80% of cases are mild. 80%. 15% are severe, and the other 5% are RIP. So,
Hello there.
the thing is the death rate seems higher than it actually is, because a lot of mild cases are just not reported. So it's likely that your chances of having a mild case are higher than the reported numbers.
That would make sense. Too bad everything's closed because of the goddamn.
Oh yeah, 0. That was
Like,
a bit of a blind bomb there.
for me, you know, it's kind of stupid because, you know, I'm learning everything at home instead of at school. And, you know, still being lonely because,
What is hypertension anyway?
Mora is
High blood pressure.
It's
Okay.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, I don't have high blood pressure.
I'm back in the fight.
once the mission
my
starts.
will made real.
high blood pressure isn't good for your body or your brain.
Think you can keep up with me?
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
there.
dry cough is only 59.4%. So,
Round 2.
yeah,
The objective.
curious.
This will help.
Thanks, Solemnity, for the follow. Welcome. Whoa.
Hello.
Winky face.
Sniper detected.
You're more likely to feel fatigued than you are to have a cough.
Game on.
Ooh.
Routing power to forward area.
Rocket barrage incoming.
I don't know what some of these words mean. Wow. You got your blanket. Want blanket? Thanks for the follow, Lufu _ Okay.
Hello.
Meteor strike.
Greetings.
weird. Okay, that's fine.
Taking note.
It seems to me, from my limited research, that the virus will mainly stay in the lung area. But if the virus ends up spreading to other areas of the body, the case becomes not so serious. It can cause all sorts of other problems.
Round 2. 1.
Which is how some cases become serious and potentially life-threatening. Is when other areas of the body are ravaged by the virus. So,
Game on.
it's really a roll of the die, really, whether that happens or not.
Alright, game face on.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Attack the objective.
Die! There we go. Killed that thing. Kill them all! Not just some of them, all of them! God damn it.
Nano boost almost ready. My ultimate is charging.
Rocket barrage incoming.
21 HP. Yeah, plenty. Need healing upstairs, please. Thanks.
I love how your Anna just stood still while she was being eaten by Zarya. This is fine while the house is on fire.
Yeah. What's up, Clapsy? What do you need help with? Have a bomb. Okay. Ow. What's wrong with random.org? Or whatever it is. I think it's random.org.
I'm not a good loser.
Or just do !! random hero in chat. That works too. Three numbers between 1 and 31. Okay. 2, 2, and 2. It can't be the same. Why not?
My ultimate is almost ready.
Hello.
5.3, 6.9, 4.2. No. No. 5. What did I say? Decimals, you know, decimals. But whatever. No, both are piss yellow.
Okay,
Anyway.
Dave, you wanna tell me what colors I should use for the next game?
Pink and pink. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to break. Break time. Hello. Right. Anyone joining right now? Or shall I just queue as we are? Checking a name in the middle of the fight is difficult. The outlines are the biggest clue as to who is who. Enemies will always be outlined when you can see them. Allies are outlined when they're behind a wall or something.
I lost a match to Stylos today, and I am very disappointed in myself.
You lost what?
A match to Stylosa in comp.
Welcome to
Oh.
Rialto. Prepare
I
your
played against him.
Select your hero.
Just randomly?
Yeah. He was on
And-
pork pie.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I took an L. We had a lever, that's the reason we lost.
Oh man.
I would probably be 3300 now if that hadn't happened, but
That's rough.
now I'm 3193 again, so that's great.
Hey, Kenyax.
It's just kind of a relaxing experience playing quick play here for a change, you know, because I don't have to try as hard as I do in competitive.
Yeah.
Gelato?
And I can do stupid stuff like having the
I
both
can't
teams on
wait
pink
to get
colors,
into the fight.
which I have never tried before, but
Yeah.
this will lead me into shooting at friendlies.
It's a
a
bit of
lot.
a challenge, you know. It's the kind of thing I'd like to see just for fun matches for like Overwatch League, you know, when they do silly stuff, everyone has to set their team colours the same.
Yeah.
See how they do. Or swap them. Swap 'em. Red is blue, blue is red. And that's not as hard though.
Yeah.
It's confusing, but it's not as hard as
I don't
having them both
play
the
with the
same.
default colors though, I play with custom colors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our mercy, oopsie.
Heals bad, man. And they're playing damage. That's pretty accurate then.
Yeah, that's the mood when you're playing DPS.
Oh, good. I figured that immortality bot would run out before the freeze did, and I was right. Oops, he ulted in spawn. What a silly sausage!
Heroes never die.
Silly sausage. Do you call sausage silly sometimes, Wallace? Yeah. Well, a silly sausage.
So the current information available. Will our career profiles also be carried over to Overwatch 2, or is it just skins and
The
Bonus
career profiles will have a major overhaul for Overwatch 2. What that exactly means, I don't know yet. So they are gonna change the appearance of them and how they look. Whether the contents change, I don't know. In terms of, you know. I mean, I don't see them wiping out people's hours.
I'm not a
Yeah.
good loser.
I don't see them doing that.
I feel like the career profile is a pretty useful way to track yourself in general, and
Mhm. I
would be
think
a
the
shame if they
biggest
did
the
away with
biggest
that.
problem I have with the career profile is the statistics tab. It's a mess.
I mean,
It's-
it is a mess, but I would
It's
still
just a
like to keep to
complete
see.
mess.
Yeah,
So
they should organize it better.
Heroes never die.
But I don't
that's
think they should do
something
away
I
with
see them doing, actually making it consistent across all heroes in terms of layout.
Yeah. I'm shooting at our own main now. Good job, me.
Wow.
Zarya is a lot of fun. I forgot how much fun it is.
Excuse me.
Tracking the kill feed is impossible with this, and I don't know who's friendly and who's enemy.
You just have to study the names,
Yeah.
figure out who's on what team.
I
And if
reckon my
both teams are
own name.
playing very different heroes, which is the case, there is not a single hero which exists on both teams right now, which is quite rare actually. So there are 4 different tanks, 4 different damage, and 4 different healers.
As a magic play, I still have gold dealings and damage, even though I don't know who's who. This character is fun.
I suppose for me, I'm playing a hero who doesn't have to reload, so I can just spray everywhere and see who takes damage.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of playing D.Va. In comp, whenever I kill someone, I say I want to clip them to make myself seem better. I have like 400 hours in D.Va altogether when all my accounts are put together, so...
All systems checked out. Now show them.
Sorry, that's way too much damage.
Power up! Big kaboom boom. Aw. No one died. Nice ult there, Ryan. You killed everyone. Well.
Oh no, I'm low.
Hello. Yeah. Oh man.
Hello.
Thanks, Ligma6901. Welcome. Wow.
Oh no.
Heroes never die.
Mom.
Join me. Group up.
No, don't get bored.
I'm ready to start a freeze. Don't move.
Why do you need to start a blizzard? It already exists. That's who made this game.
No, but you were ready to start a freeze. Don't move. Didn't you hear that?
Oh.
The
Rip.
beautiful voice lines.
Yes.
Be
Defeat
reasonable.
makes you run
Lose it.
faster.
Play of the game.
I got to play the game. Yay.
Oh yeah.
I like how he's getting so salty over me being bad at the game. When I have 4 gold medals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least I'm doing better than him. And his quick play.
Some people, they wonder why they don't improve at the game, and then they just blame everyone else all the time.
I stopped doing that a long time ago. Except when I play DPS. For some reason, playing DPS brings out the worst in me. I got the Zarya skin! The Zarya skin! Really?
Nice.
This is the first one I get out of the event. The Zarya one.
That's the first one I got too. I still need the Pharaoh one, and the emote. That's it.
Yeah, the Kadim was great. I love it.
Welcome to Paris. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Oh, he was blaming. I thought he was blaming me for some reason, but apparently he was blaming you.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from the last game.
Yeah.
It's quick play. Why do they gonna like actually care so much?
I don't know.
Look at would you look at that? They have ox and salty licorice for sports.
Oh no, I missed.
3 fins.
Oh no, I missed. Oh yeah, I did it.
Commences in 30
There we go. Huge
Think
plays.
you can keep up with me?
Yeah, I can easily buy it, but I want to save my credits. I'm trying to get to 1 million credits. And the first rule of saving money is don't spend it.
Understood.
1. Attack commence. Capture objective A.
GLHF. Defense matrix active. Bailing out.
It is a long milestone, but I'm already over 900,000, so... I say already, but I've been saving for 2.5 years. So, it's taken a while to get there. Oh, more than 2.5 years now, actually. More like 2 2/3. Because I started saving my credits on anniversary 2017. So, end of May 2017 is when I started.
Which YouTube channel did you get the interview on? 'Cause that's the first time I ever
Level
heard
6000. Level 6000 is when I did Blame the Controller interview.
of you. Oh yeah, blame the controller.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard of you.
Boosters engaged.
And then one day I decided to pop by while the stream and
It was a good interview.
yeah. It was an interesting insight on like a person's mind who's been playing this game for far longer than probably anyone else ever will.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some people that play it more than... At the moment, in the top 10, the 4th highest person in the world is leveling 9 or 10 levels a day, and has been doing that for several months now. Their goal is to hit level 10,000 by September, I believe, because that's their birthday. So they
who's
want
that?
to do that. That's CO Eon. He is Australian, I believe. Currently over level 8,000, everyone. So he's Is he? Okay. I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's over level 8,000. He's got a while to go before he catches up with third place. Third place is Day, who used to be hot on my heels at only 400 levels behind me in about June of last year. But since then they've dropped off big time and are now about 1,800 levels behind me.
I tried to grab a friendly.
Or maybe more now, actually. I think they're 2,000 levels behind me now. Because they're not even level 9,000 yet. I think they're still 8,800 something. Maybe 8,900 something. Not sure. I don't care for ranked, no. The highest level anyone has in the entire game is my level. And the highest level possible, I don't know. It's either 65,535, which is unlikely because that's actually possible, or about 4.3 billion. Or maybe even higher, but I doubt it's higher than that. It doesn't need to be. Yeah, I can invite you, Clubsy, don't worry. There's no rush. Or there's a possibility it's half 4.3 billion if they've done it weird. Or even 32,000 something. But I doubt it's that bad. That's easily possible. Kinda. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe. Yep, 20k XP all the way up. The only levels that are not 20,000 XP are the first ones. The first 20 or so levels. The only ones without 20k XP.
Play of the game.
It's not like Diablo where it's exponential. But with Diablo, the XP you get from monsters is exponential if you continue raising the difficulty through greater rifts. So you can keep pace to a certain extent with the leveling rate by continually raising the difficulty that you're playing at. It does cap out though at a certain point, I believe. The greater rifts don't increase indefinitely. Eventually you run out and you just have to stick at one difficulty level. But it does get pretty ridiculous. Kenny X, yeah, of course. Let's invite you too. Anyone else while I'm at it? Before I forget. Oh. Thanks, Magic Echo, for the follow. Welcome. Oh, he's got gold bars.
Traveling to Route 66. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
I think you win.
It's difficult to know, Clapsy. And it's not for me to advise you how to feel about it. It's up for you to figure that out for yourself.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
But that doesn't mean you can't talk about your feelings, if that helps.
Reyes should have cleaned up the deadlock gang a long time ago.
There's no correct answer. It's up to you.
Hello. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Contact.
Stop the payload.
Game shit up.
Yep.
Get through this.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome.
You're getting followers left, right, and center, man.
Yeah. What about up and down?
No, not that fast.
Back and forward.
Oh no. No.
Past and present and future.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Enemy contact.
All the dimensions. Yeah. Oh, and Alexander 020205. Thank you. Who is faster in Morocco? So if you moved with your mum, would you go to Morocco?
I'm too young to die. Hey.
My ultimate is charged.
Trump country, huh?
Maybe soon Bernie country.
One can hope, but it doesn't look good for that possibility.
Yeah. Because Biden will get destroyed by Trump. Because of his cognitive decline.
Well, Trump has cognitive decline as well,
But not as
but I
severe
think
as Biden.
Biden is further gone than Trump is.
Nano ready to deploy.
So. Jeez, what a state of affairs.
Maybe they'll get destroyed.
What a way to start the decade.
Yeah.
Like everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong.
Well,
It's just, well, there's a
Dare
lot
I
more
say-
that could go wrong. There's a lot
dare
more
I
that
s-
could go wrong, but
here I say there's only one way from here and that's up.
Hello.
because you know
I
tensions could grow in the Middle East to a point where it's a big problem. So could be worse.
Let's just try to survive, okay? It would be nice.
We don't have much choice in the matter.
Look, I'm only 17 and I would gladly live for another at least 10 years.
Yeah, at least. Rip me. I screwed myself out of life. Mexico. Mexico is considering closing their borders so Americans can't infect them. Which is
It's kind of ironic.
ironic. Yep. Yeah, it's like Mexico's closing the border to America instead of the other way around. Lol.
Yeah. You need to build a wall.
Yes, please. We don't want you to infect us. Thank you. Just to trigger Trump. Yeah. Trump is apparently a big germaphobe. He's secretly scared, like big time, about this whole coronavirus situation. He's terrified, but he's not gonna let that show in public. He was scared when Ebola happened, and that's already been far exceeded by coronavirus in terms of fatalities.
Though coronavirus is much less lethal compared to Ebola.
Yeah.
Is that G?
Yes. Ebola doesn't spread anywhere near as easily as corona does. So COVID-19 is very infectious.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so much more of a problem. It spreads uncontrollably. Not totally uncontrollably, but it's far too difficult to completely contain. Hence why it spread so much. Ow.
My ultimate is ready.
Mother's sending me photographs from my older brother's apartment. He lives in a high-rise building, and she's sending me some nice scenic views. As long as the place doesn't burn down, should be fine. Well, a few years ago we had Grenfell Tower, which is that tower block in London that burnt down.
Yeah.
Because the outside of the building was covered in flammable material.
What a great idea!
Yeah, seems like a great idea. And not just slightly flammable, extremely flammable.
Yeah, I heard the story. The people in there were like, you know, this is a safety hazard, we should probably do something about it, and the owners were like, nah, it's gonna be fine.
Nah, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. Building burns down. Oops.
Definitely not our fault, but we're not gonna help you, you're on your own.
When it happened, I was doing my IT job, and we had the news up on one of the screens, and we were watching as this tower was burning. It was quite alarming to watch it all happen on the TV. You know the thing. Yeah. Trump's Twitter is amazing.
High quality entertainment.
High quality entertainment, yeah. His pinned tweet right now is in all caps, because of course it is, "The United States loves Italy!" And then it's just a video of some planes flying across the sky with the Italian flag colours.
Yeah, somebody declined
an hour ago,
so
an hour ago, a tweet in all caps again. "Today is a national day of prayer. God bless everyone." Why is he shouting? Stop shouting across the internet. You don't need to write that in all caps. What are you doing? Jeez. I don't think Twitter would do that, G. His Twitter is too entertaining to mute. Why would you do
The other
that?
day somebody has declined the Q thing. You should probably Q.
Oh, how rude. Wow. Only in America. Drive-through testing. Oh, jeez. How lazy can you be?
Traveling to icon mode. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Well, if it makes it easier for people to get tested, then why not? But jeez.
I play to win.
I have my eye on you. I have my eye on you.
Empty your mind.
Do you know?
Focus on the
White
task at hand.
Onion.
Attack commences in
Onion?
30 seconds.
Onion.
I suppose I'll be
Onion.
Onion. Onion.
eye on you. Damage in
Onion.
I will not let the fate. I have my eye on you.
Yet.
I have my iron brew.
Peace be
I
upon you.
have my eye on you.
His pie looks completely different.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commences. Capture objective
A
A.
very different explosive pie. Whee! Good.
They have a
We'll sneak around
bastion,
the side.
fly on him and Matrix, and I'll bubble you. Oh, I'm stuck! No, I'm stuck! No!
Oh yeah, Bastion's dead.
Nice. I may have gotten stuck.
The rest of the team is still up there.
We got this.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, I smushed that, Anna.
Suiting up. Game on.
Wait, Dave, aren't you the proud holder of the record of most deaths in Overwatch?
Yep. In quick
Nice.
play, yeah. Most deaths in quick play. That's me.
Hello there.
By quite a large margin as well.
I have my eye on you. I have my eye on you.
Probably pull up the figures. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, it's true. Go on to Overwatch Tracker and look up the leaderboard for most deaths, and you'll see I'm right at the top. It makes sense though. There is only one person who has more quick play time than me, and that's CO. And he hasn't got a huge amount more, and he's actually not as bad at the game as me, so doesn't die as much. So. He doesn't
But I
feed
guess-
nearly as much as I do, so it's fine.
I guess tryharding over such a long period of time would be pretty exhausting.
Yeah, it would be.
Because personally, I can't even be asked to try hard, you know, in most of these quick play things.
So we've got PC leaderboards, quick play, and at
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
where is it? Deaths. There it is. Yep, I'm CO isn't too far behind me. Okay. So according to this this leaderboard, I'm at 485,000 deaths, and CO's at 450,000 deaths. And then third place is me again, but that's my old account battle tag, so ignore that. But third place is Marissa at 244,000. So almost half.
So after this session of like getting D.Va up to 300 hours, are you gonna go to Mystery Heroes or?
Yep, Mystery Heroes. Because in theory, I'm the most qualified for Mystery Heroes.
Yes.
Right. Because I've got 250 hours of every single hero. So I'm experienced with them all. That doesn't mean I'm any good, but I'm experienced with them all. Yeah, nice.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Will you ever comp again? That's...
Oh, I can't say no because I don't know. But I have no intentions to play comp again. And with Overwatch 2, I don't even have to PvP again once that comes out. So how many hours of quick play does Marissa have? Marissa's about level 6,000. Okay.
Back in the game.
They've played 201 days of quick play. If you translate that to hours, that's 4,800 hours. Approximately.
Now we're talking.
Oh, no, my mech.
Hello.
D.Va re-engaging.
Why is the payload stopped? Clock's ticking. Peace be upon
So yeah, although CO may have more quick play hours than me, he does not have more deaths.
No, that's a flex.
Wah. But he will overtake me. Because I won't be playing quick play for much longer, but he will. So I'll lose my title for biggest dyer in Overwatch.
Oh no.
Let's get it moving.
It's fine, I don't mind.
For me, personally, I play quick play classic most of the time nowadays, but I don't play comp.
Yeah.
But it's like, I might want to switch roles mid-match.
Yeah, quick play classic is ideal, really. But it's its own mode, so it's no good for my goals.
I mean, you can still, since you're going for all modes after this, aren't you? So
Yeah.
it still counts.
I'm gonna do Mystery Heroes for as long as I can because I like that mode and I haven't been able to play it for a long time. But eventually the randomness is going to mandate me playing a different mode to finish it. So that will be Quick Play Classic. Because it's just easy mode. It's always there and it's a good mode for people to join because I'm not restricting their role. And they say, and they say, and they say, and they say. Ah! And they say.
And they say, and they say, and they say.
So is CO? What is? What? How many hours does CO have in quick play now? Because that's a lot. 8,682. Wow. So he has almost 1,000 hours more in quick play than I do. About 3 or 4 months ago, I think I had more. I had slightly more than him because he took a long break. But since then, he's overtaken me by 1,000 hours. He's been hard at work.
10 seconds.
Because there is someone who plays more than you.
Yes. Right now there is. But overall he hasn't, because I'm higher level.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll hit 10,000 by sometime in September if he carries on going the way he's going. He'll still be behind me at that point, perhaps by 1,500 to 2,000 levels, something like that. Maybe more, but he is slowly catching me up. He's the only one that is right now. The ones I'm tracking. The only one that's catching me up.
짜증나.
But it would still take him several years to actually catch me. So. He can do it though. If anyone can, he can do it. Ooh. It really depends what happened to Overwatch 2 and whether they're getting rid of levels as well. In Overwatch 2, as to whether he can actually hit 10k. If they do get rid of levels in favour of something else, I may be the only one who ever got it.
Though I doubt they will get rid of levels soon, since the loot box system is the way it is. And,
They might move away from loot boxes because of the way things are going. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Yeah. Of course, Walrus, you can have them as long as you can't buy them. Yeah. Make it so you can buy credits, but not loot boxes. And it's fine.
yeah.
Meteor strike. Oh man, I almost had my ult. No, I had my mech. Oh man.
Play of the game.
Anyway, I'm off to eat and competitive after that probably.
Okay, good luck, have fun.
Bye bye.
What?
Level up.
Money. High tide and bored. I'm Dave. Want to be invited, Walrus? What a shame. I can't physically kick Walrus. I wouldn't want to knowingly piss off a Walrus. That wouldn't end well. They're very heavy. I can only kick Walrus if I'm Zenyatta, but I'm done with Zenyatta, so how would I do that? In the practice range, maybe?
Excuse me.
I'm not checking in.
Kick you instead. Kick the monkey, yeah. Hold on a moment, need to stretch. You go down. I'll stay up here. Someone needs to kick. How am I supposed to get up there? It's raining really hard right now. Oh.
Traveling to Havana. Prepare to attack.
Oh yeah.
Select your hero.
I'm going to win.
I don't know, can you?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Winky face.
There's nothing else to think. Stick together. We will get it on.
Let's shoot for a new high score.
Someone say peanut butter?
Did someone say? Ah!
Did someone say
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commences.
Did someone say? Oh, kill him. Kill him. Kill him. No. The weather is making everything moist. Okay.
Piece of cake.
A timely piece of cake.
I'm not a miracle worker.
Are you not a piece of cake?
I'm not a miracle worker. Not always.
Are you not a piece of cake?
I'm not a tiny piece of cake.
Alright. That's fair enough.
D.Va re-engage.
I'm not a miracle most impressive piece of cake.
Is that right?
Now that's what?
Oh.
All systems check out.
Hey, I'm trying to kill the McCree. Oh, it didn't seem to work. Keep pushing that payload. Do it. Ah! Ah! Keep pushing it. Ah! Okay, we're done.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Good.
I'm not a good
Oh.
winky face, winky face, winky face, winky face.
This will heal you.
You got your food.
Most impressive piece of cake. I'm not a miracle.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Not always.
No? Okay.
I'm not a tiny piece of cake.
Maybe. Din-dins. Yeah, I can make a Din-dins channel.
This is not your time.
Not now, I'm doing a game. I'm doing a game. I'm doing a game. Doing a game. Yeah. Big bomb.
I'm not a
Suiting up.
tiny intervention.
I'm back in the fight.
I'm back in the foot. Back in the food? Back in the food?
This will heal you.
I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. Ah. I'm pushing it. Pushing it. It's vitally important that we deliver these 2 barrels to the fort. Okay. Vitally important. At any cost.
다시 한판 해보자고.
These 2 barrels of rum are more important than our lives. Okay. More important than our lives. That's what we're delivering. 2 barrels of rum. That's it.
짜증나.
Oh!
Is approaching its destination.
The payload moves with certainty.
Oh no.
짜증나.
Dins. There we go. That work? Oh, it did. Good. Dins. The Dins channel exists now.
Healed up.
Dins.
I'm restoring the payload.
Ah, why? Dins. Post your din pics here.
60 seconds remaining.
There we go. Why not? How rude. Half-eaten din-dins. Wow. What are you doing, Bomb? Where are you going? Stop that. Aww. Ruined. Oh, no! Stop healing up, you silly sausage.
10 seconds.
Attack.
Defense matrix activated.
You just couldn't wait, huh? You had to eat half your din-dins before I posted the channel. Wow. Wow. No, wait, that's a friendly. A real question is, why are you here if you want to be left alone? Wow. Telling the streamer to shut up. So rude.
This will restore you.
Ah, 1 second too much. Look at that. 421. Rip. I thought you said you were going, but yeah, you're still here. Your mouse broke. Doesn't work anymore. Rip. Didn't feed it enough cheese.
I plan to win. Winky face.
Yeah, you're still bronze border. Bronze border scrub. Talking about walrus. You sound like, oh, I'm nearly 3 stars. It's not even halfway yet. You're not even halfway yet through bronze border. Wow.
Primed and ready. Sombra online.
How broken is your mouse? That looks like high sense to me. Rather than being broken. Looks like it works fine. TikTok, 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 TikTok. Wow. Curious, curious, curious. Curious.
TikTok, 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 TikTok.
Really? Is that right? Oh.
TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
짜증나.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good idea. Want to support your local businesses, but you're self-isolating and or social distancing? Buy their gift cards. Shops and restaurants get a desperately needed cash infusion now, and you can use their products and services down the line. Win-win.
Hey. Hey.
It's a good idea.
Hey. Hey.
So if you know you're gonna, go out and eat at some point, but you don't want to do it now, buy their gift card now, they get the money now, and then you get the food when you deem it safe to do so. So yeah, it's a good idea. What's the last jump I need for D.Va? For 250, D.Va, which is what I'm playing. Excuse me. Cough, cough, cough. Shall I just remove from group? Oh.
Let's shoot for a new high score.
That was deliberate coughing,
I'm not a time
rather than
a moment to enjoy some peace and quiet.
virus coughing. Yes. I do have a little bit of a sore throat today, though.
Round 1.
What does that even mean? Wow, that's a bit of a non-message. Right. Goodbye. Wasabi!
Hi. All systems checked out. No. Hi. Hiya. Hi. No.
Onion.
No. No.
Onion. Boop. Oh yeah. Nice. Hiya.
Greetings.
Is Mercy taller than D.Va? Seems like that. Hmm.
I'm not enough time piece of cake.
Hi. Hiya.
Hello
Oh, Lily. Big kaboom boom. Ooh, both the tanks. Oh, we did it.
Score 1-0.
I'm back in the fight. All right, game face on.
Give it your all.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Get through this.
Get through this.
Capture the objective.
No, what are you doing, Walrus? Ah, what are you doing, Clapsy? No, stop it. Ah, my face. Corona, Corona. What?
Winky face, winky face, winky face.
You're
we have every border again in this match, but not in the same team. Aww, why McRee?
Thank you.
They're taking the point.
Hi. Hi.
Onion.
I'm in.
Let's up the tempo.
Onion.
Check it.
Get in there.
Shukran. Greetings. Thank you.
Is this easy mode?
I'm not a timely intervention.
Wow.
I was only trying to help.
Greetings.
Is this easy mode?
Check it.
You seem nice. I hate to kill you.
Is this easy mode?
It's suddenly easy mode. Dead. I'm getting kicked.
You seem nice. I hate to kill you.
Enemy contact. Shukran. Greetings.
Winky face.
Why is everyone fighting? Everybody started kung fu fighting! Oh.
Привет.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Piece of cake.
No. 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 Ooh.
Nothing's gonna stop.
We still need you. Winky face. Is this easy mode?
Enemy contact.
I'll show them.
What's up? What now? I'm trying to get on top. I want to do cherry on top. There we go. Cherry on top.
Nerf this.
Yeah. Sigma ruined it.
Time to raise my
Genji doesn't want to play anymore. Yeah. You're not contesting like that, though. G'day, Cobber.
Score 1-1.
I'm back in the fight. I can't wait to get into the fight.
Check this out.
Small memories. Be patient.
Yeah, time to heal up.
5, 1.
Alright, let's go.
Capture the objective.
Right, timely piece of cake.
Easy mode.
I'm not opposed to this piece of cake.
Now we're talking. Winky face.
Winky face.
Greetings.
Winky face.
The objective is now
Greetings.
Oh. Hello there. Okay, there we go. Good. Oh, you're trying to boop someone, Clupsy.
أهلا.
Piece of cake.
hello.
A tiny piece of cake.
I was only trying to help.
Hello. Is this Winky face?
Yes. Oh.
Piece of cake.
Oh, I wanted to get hit by the rock.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Piece of cake. I'm capturing the objective.
Get into position.
Yeah. Someone needs to capture this objective. Shoot him! Shoot him now! Get off the point.
Hey there.
Mecha activated. Time to raise my
Wow, that was rude.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Huh! It's funny when Arissa has that skin on and then May says, Arissa, you are adorable! Oh yeah.
I'm not a piece of cake. Piece of cake. You are advised to immediate intervention.
Someone needs to cap. Wow, that was rude. Again.
Get behind the barrier. Back
back. Okay, good. Someone finally got the point. Control is interesting because it's one of those maps where if both teams agree, the game doesn't have to be ended one way or another. You can just simply not get on the point, and you don't need to worry about someone staying on the objective all the time. Both teams stick to it, neither get on the objective. That can stay that way for the entire hour, but it's best done in round 3. So you got time to finish it. Hey there, Alpha baby.
Team up for special attack. Thank you.
Enemy seen.
Oh, that's a weird view.
Thank you.
Yeah, no one died. What? I was still getting kicked for AFK. I had to left click super quick. Oh lol. Oh.
I'm not a good loser.
Oh, do we win? Alright. Cool. I am sorry. But I can't do that.
Play of the game.
Oh. That was a long match. Okay. Oh, dear me. You all need today. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Ooh.
It's a perfect day for some dipstick.
Hi. Hiya.
It's a perfect day for some dipstick.
Bit dodgy right here.
Dipstick,
Hi.
dipstick, dipstick.
Oh, almost messed it up.
Dipstick. Everything's coming up, dipstick.
Hiya.
Bit dodgy,
Hiya.
don't you think? Bit dodgy, don't you
My
think?
ultimate
Bit
is
dodgy,
chuck,
don't you think?
dipstick. Don't know if you've heard this one before. Everything's coming up, dipstick. Everything's coming up, explodey.
Hi. Oh,
Everything's coming up, dipstick.
scary.
Wow.
Hit that beam. Deja
Everything's
vu.
coming up, dipstick.
Now, where were we?
My rip tire is dipstick.
Wow.
Ever get that thing?
No.
Cheers, cheeky.
Junkrat primed and ready.
Yeah. Cheeky.
Tracer here.
Cheeky. Cheeky. Bit dodgy, don't you think? Hiya. Bit dodgy, don't you think?
Oh, I don't have bit dodgy, don't you think?
Scary. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. Scary. You've got it. You've got it. Be right back. You've got it. The world could all. The world could all.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
The best and worst season so far. Why is it the best? Looks pretty bad.
I'm going to win.
Order will be restored.
Attackers.
What about the stats?
30 seconds.
What about them?
This is my kind of city. Lights, camera, action.
So you had one good game. Was that the game you won?
Ready for combat. Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I salute you. All your good games have been lost in. Well, they weren't good games. You lost. Oh,
다시 한판 해보자고.
Ooh. I salute you. Hey, stop that. Get out of here.
I'm not a good loser.
What's up, Clapsy? Okay. You got a test tomorrow. What about Terraria area? Okay. Yeah, your academic activities take priority, of course.
I'm back in the game. Defense matrix activated.
The payload has reached
Well, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, indeed. It'll be easier with 3 than it was with 4.
Nerf this.
Children, behave.
Reality bends to my will.
Mecha activated.
Big bomb, yeah!
I'm back in the fight.
Better not be sleeping. Yeah, what a shame that would be. I'll just sit here.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Yeah, hopefully Walrus. There's no point you joining if you're going to be AFK a lot, because you're just going to make it harder for everyone else. Because we're doing Moonlord, we need everyone paying attention and playing properly. So if you can't do that, then there's no point. Just get it all done and dusted. And then, you know, you can join us if you want to after that. If there's still time. Or alternatively, you can wait until we're done and do it after. Yeah, and if you join, you need to gear up. What I will do is do my brick now, and then we'll do Terraria after the brick. BRB.